All right, this video could be the key to your next breakthrough in life, literally transforming every single area of your life, taking it to the next level. I'm talking about making more money. I'm talking about attracting better relationships. I'm talking about taking your health and just feeling better emotions on a day-to-day basis. And just a little background on how we came to this point of me making this big, bold claim and promise to you for your time and energy is I just got back from Miami. It was just my 25th birthday. If y'all been following the channel for a minute, as y'all can see, kind of been off the tube the last couple of weeks, just taking it all in, going through this transitional period in my life and really setting a solid foundation and direction of where I'm going in this next chapter, right? And a lot of times when we do this and we do these different self-improvement tactics of planning and thinking about what we want to accomplish, right? We have this lens that's always focused on ourselves. And that's what I really want to talk about today is this concept and shift we need to make from a selfish, inward focusing person into an outward, selfless focusing person. And the reason we want to do this and the reason for all self-improvement, why you on this channel, why you looking to grow, develop, become the best version of yourself, however that process looks like for you. You may be reading books, as I'll see like I got in the back here. You may be watching videos, podcasts, courses, all these different things, and doing all these tactics in order to improve yourself. And of course, I talk about this every single day. So I know this is a huge aspect of becoming the best version of yourself. But let's break that down. Like, what is this best version of yourself? What is the goal of self-improvement? Well, most people would say it's success. Now, what does success mean? Is success $1 billion? Is success a yacht? Is success 100 models? Is success, a wife and family? Like, success is whatever you make it, right? It's whatever that you want to experience. But I think success has themes and success has patterns of people that really have achieved a high quality emotional state more often than not. And I think that's what we really are all looking for, right? We just want to feel good. We just want to feel good more often than we feel bad. And as much as we can pump good feelings and control that, the more that we're going to have a better quality of life, because life is just how you spend your time, right? So if we understand that this mega principle of self-improvement is going to this fictional destination or hypothetical destination of success, right? Whatever that means for you. How do we get there? That's the goal of self-improvement, right? That's the goal of getting the books. That's the goal of getting the mentors, the coaches, the consultants, the information is to help us get towards this destination of success. Now, the reason I entitled this video The Self-Improvement Trap is because what does a lot of self-improvement information teach us? What does it talk about? Well, it talks about the personal habits that you can do. Start hitting the gym, start journaling, start meditating, start reading books, start, working on a side hustle, start, trying to grow your income, start trying to learn new skills, right? And all this different stuff. And that's usually the first message that you hear, something to fix yourself, fix your shit. And I agree with that because a lot of us, we grew up with a lot of shit that was put into our brains by society and our environment. And it has us in these patterns that we need to break out of in order to grow and to achieve and become more fulfilled as an individual, right? The reason I call it a trap, though, is because in order to actually do that, one of the skills and one of the beliefs and one of the shifts that we need to make as individuals is from this mindset of me, selfish. What can I get out of the situation? How is this going to help me? What is this going to contribute to my life? Is this adding value? Is this taking value? Like all this stuff that on the surface seems good and in some context may be a positive thing for your life. But in the macro context of how you live your life, what I found and what I've studied is that the biggest marker is more of a selfless giving attitude, right? And there's a reason for this. Because if we think about, again, going back to the macro, I like to think in terms of principles. I like to think in terms of big picture and ultimately what are solid foundational things that everybody can use in order to get them to where they want to be. And one of the things that I've noticed through the most successful people is this sense of self-confidence, right? Self-confidence is arguably probably the number one trait that successful people have in order to get to where they want to go. And it's this sense of belief in oneself, right? Confidence is just belief in something. So self-confidence is just the belief in oneself, right? So they have a high sense of belief in oneself. Now, when we talk about self-confidence or what that looks like, there may be multiple different images and pictures that pop up in your mind. There may be experiences of you seeing some asshole, some jerk dude that outwardly maybe expressed that he was confident or came off as confident in a certain type of perception that you had of this person, right? But what is true confidence? What is true belief in oneself? Well, what I've come to realize and what seems to be the pattern, and this goes all the way back to our evolution and how we developed as human beings, whether that's from fucking rocks like some people believe, or just how I believe, which we came from tribes and we just developed into a bigger society. But if we take it back to our roots, if we take it back to the tribes, because we as humans are influenced heavily by our environment, and this is how instinctually our brains are created, right? If we take it back to this time, we will realize that the most confident person in the tribe was the leader, right? It was the leader of the tribe, right? So you got this big tribe of 100 people, you got one leader, and he may be having all the resources, may have the women, may have the best house, may have the best this, may have this and that, right? So he's got the resources, he's the leader. Now, what does the leader do with those resources? Does he just hoard? Does he just take more? Does he just go and keep pulling out resources from his people, from his tribe? Well, that's what a bad leader does. But what does a good leader, what we strive to do, what we try to positively impact the world? What does a good leader do? Well, a good leader makes sure everybody else is straight. A good leader makes sure everybody else is good. A good leader knows that anything that he gives is going to be given back because he lives in a state of abundance, right? He's not in scarcity. And that's why he became a leader, because you have to be in abundance in order to attract abundance. We're not just talking metaphysical, right? In the sense of vibrations and shit, but we're talking actual practical examples. Like, people want to work with people who give first, who provide value, who are, putting themselves on the line in order to try to help the other person, because everybody at their core is selfish. But in order to break through to that next level, to where you want to be, to where you can become a leader, to where you can become an agent of change, to where you can start attracting the stuff that you actually want to attract in your life, coming from this giving mindset of, I'm trying to help people, I want to change lives, how can I serve, how can I serve, how can I serve? This servant leadership that was, given by a perfect example by Jesus Christ, right? Jesus said, I did not come to condemn the world or to judge the world, but I came so the world can be saved through me. It's like he came to serve his purpose to us. Like, he came to give us something, a free gift. So if that's the alpha, if that's the ideal image of what perfect leadership looks like, and what perfect confidence and faith looks like, and belief in oneself looks like, and belief in God looks like, then in action, in practicality, that comes from a mentality to serve first rather than to get. So taking that shift from where you may be right now, where woe is me, life is happening, I got bills closing in, what am I gonna do next? Man, this life is tough, stuff is weighing down on me. I encourage you and I offer you a challenge in order to help you to shift your perspective on your current situation and also attract the things that you want into your life almost immediately. And the shift that you have to make is really just go help someone, right? I know Grant Cardone talks about this a lot. He says that if he's ever in a sales slump, not making sales, not closing deals, then his only goal is to go help someone. Whether it's to help go close someone else's deal, whether it's to go, volunteer at the homeless shelter, whatever it is, it's just to help someone. And what this does, it gets you out of a state of scarcity, gets you out of a state of competition, it gets you out of this state of smallness and shrinking, and it gets you more into a state of power. It gets you more into a state of abundance. It gets you more into who you really are, which is an infinite creator, infinite being who, can really tap into all the power of the universe at any given second and really use that to your advantage to not only improve your life, but improve the lives of others. And you have that power inside of you. I have that power inside of me. Hopefully I was able to share a little bit of that power that is inside of me to empower you to maybe take a different action right now. Let's not wait. Like, change happens now, change happens in an instant. We're always constantly manifesting our reality based on how we feel at any given moment of time. So if you're in that state right now to where you've been thinking about what you can do, how you can just like you, and this is where I was, and this is why I had to come on here and make this video, Because it was like, how can I make more money? How can I increase my income? How can I take my life to the next level? How can I, accomplish the goals that's on my vision board? How can I accomplish my dream? How can I attract this? How can I do this? How can I slowed down, took a deep breath, I stopped. What do they need? Who's my ideal person I'm talking to? Who's the person that I want to help? Who do I feel like I can help? What do they need? What do they want? What is their desire? If I'm not living in alignment with that, I'm never going to get what I actually want, which is the end result. And living in alignment with that means giving first. It means coming with value. It means serving. It means putting myself on the line, being the standard, setting the standard, being the example. Hopefully someone takes inspiration. Hopefully someone takes value. Hopefully someone takes anything from this, uses it to change their life. And then in that position, not only do I now have leverage with that relationship, and they're more likely to work with me in a practical business sense of making more money, but also it just makes me feel better, which is then going to pull everything else I need my way. So hopefully this impacted you. Go out there and serve someone today, and I'll catch you on the next one.